Yo, what's up, everybody? We got episode 112 of the Streamers Paradise podcast. I'm Hazy. We got Clutch and Bo. What's good, boys?
It was
Hey,
good.
what's good, guys?
Been a couple weeks
Uh
since we.
I know,
yeah, I was
right?
gonna say it's been a minute. I finally feel like normal again.
It's a
That was
pain in the ass sometimes, right? We got shit to do.
no, not even, dude. I was gonna do it. I was like ready to roll, and I mean, mentally I was ready to roll. Physically, I was gonna be like extremely uncomfortable doing it, but I was willing to try it. Looking back, I'm glad we didn't.
So I actually found out that was dealing with some shit that day too. The day before or something. It was that day. It was
It was
that
the
day,
same day. I
right?
think it was the same day I hit you up and was like, "Hey, listen." It was I had surgery, and I was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Should be
Right.
good." I ended up being in the
Right.
hospital for like 2 days. Not as good as I thought I was gonna be.
Right. Yeah. So I went to the doctor for an earache. I think so. It's been 2 weeks ago now. So it was 2 weeks ago. I went to the doctor for an earache, and because I had never been there before, they just did my blood pressure. And when the doctor did my blood pressure, she was like, "Hey, how you feeling?" And I knew that that was weird. You know what I mean? To like for her to ask me like
Just
how
to
I'm
ask,
feeling,
yeah, ask.
just like the sly like, and then she like turned my hand over, and then she did my like my heart rate, and she was like, "Yeah, that's a little high." She didn't say anything to freak me out yet. Um, but then she was like, "Come into this room with me," and I followed her into this room, and she put me on another machine. She was like, "I'm just gonna check to see your vitals." Like she said something that made me feel like it wasn't super serious, and she goes,
Well, she's trying to
she
check
goes,
your blood pressure, right? So she tells you it's serious. Your blood pressure is just gonna go even higher.
yeah, right. She goes, all right, so you haven't had a heart attack and you're not having one now, but your blood pressure is really, really high, and your heart rate for just resting is insane. So like we got to do some shit because something bad's gonna happen otherwise. So I spent the last couple weeks doing it. I went to the doctor yesterday. My shit was normal. So it was scary for a second though because she said to me yesterday, she goes, "Your earache saved your life." Those were her exact words, man. Your earache saved your life. Is that nuts or what?
That's great.
That is
Unlucky.
crazy. Wow.
Yeah. My blood pressure was skyrocket.
That's
And
wild.
That
God
shit.
knows for how long. You know what I mean? Like God knows for how
Yeah, because
long.
if you haven't had a, do you go annually for a physical?
No.
Okay, so
No, bro.
I used to not, and I probably didn't go to like a doctor, like the dentist included, for like 10 years. Then I started going
Yep.
to the dentist again, but I still wasn't going to a doctor regularly. And I actually was like, you know what? Like I need to go to the doctor regularly. And that's how I found out. Like that's how I caught my diabetes so early. Because I just decided to go for a physical after like I don't know how many years.
Your diabetes early?
Yeah, I was still technically what you call it a honeymoon phase. So I'm type one, but like most type ones get it when they're children, like 5, 6 years old. Um, there are people. It's called like late onset adult diabetes,
Right. Early onset
and it's
childhood diabetes.
yeah, some weird. People call it 1.5, but it's like it's one. I don't. My body doesn't make insulin, but at the time they thought my levels weren't that high. They thought I was type two because it was just slightly high. So at the time that I went to get my physical, like my pancreas, I guess it's begun to produce less insulin than it should be producing. So I was, like I said, I was still under what would have typically been a type two range. So they like had me do type two diabetes thing. Gave me like a metformin, which is like a super common pill that just helps your body absorb insulin. So like they give it to type twos because they're still producing insulin. Then they put me on Jardians, which is like another prescription, but like a more serious type 2 medication, and I ended up losing like 20 pounds in like a month or two without trying. And that's when I was like, I should go see a specialist instead of just like my regular doctor that I get a physical with. And they ran some other tests, and she was just like, yeah, like, so I have some news. Like, she's like, I don't know if it's, you'll take it bad. It's probably better. Like, she's like, you're type 1 diabetic. And I was like, what does that mean? And she's like, well, you don't have to torture yourself with like a crazy diet. Like, it's never going to get better. Like, you have to take insulin. Your body will stop producing it at some point. So, like, I've never hit that. Like, a lot of people hit like a 900 like blood sugar and then get hospitalized, and like that's how they find out. I just got lucky and went for a physical.
So that's what I was gonna say. I guess if anything, it just tells you that seeing the doctor once a year is important.
It's good. I guess we should all do it, because that's the second. You're the second person with somebody like with something serious that had you not gone for an earache, like.
Yeah, no, that's definitely scary. I had been complaining about not feeling well for months and months and months. Like literally complaining about not feeling well. And yeah.
You know what?
Who knew? I mean, I feel night and day different, like just as far as the energy level. Like I have to. What is that? All right, sorry.
That's me. I think I'm cramping.
I can hear whatever's going on in your background.
Yeah, you can in Discord, but not in stream.
Oh, it's throwing me off so bad, bro. I'm sorry.
My bad.
So,
yeah, because I know you're worried. But I have the OBS gets good filters, better than I can put on Discord. I wish I could put them on Discord, but
yeah. So yeah, go to your doctor's appointment.
Yeah, I was gonna say Clutch is too young for these problems, but so make sure you are going to the doctor, Clutch.
He's not too young. He drinks.
That's the thing about it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. I would say it's right. You do drink
almost every day. I mean, I'm not like an alcoholic where I wake up to it, but like doing it every day at night is not a good thing either. And honestly, I'm one of those ones. I haven't been there probably in like 10 years. I haven't got a physical. And
you eat whatever you want all the time, like
basically, I'm not picky. I just eat whatever I have to eat because
shit's
yeah. It's more like I live like paycheck to paycheck, so it's like I have to like whatever's available. I don't care.
Yeah,
that's how I am. But it's scary too, right? Because like for me myself, my dad was actually in the hospital over the weekend. Same thing. He has kidney problems, and situation that he went through that he was pooping, peeing blood. Never a good sign ever. So he ended up going to the hospital. They gave something to clean it out. He needed to get a colonoscopy. Is that what it's called? Colonoscopy, right?
Colonoscopy, yeah.
And then, basically with the situation with him, I mean, they ended up finding out he had like more like kidney problems he needed to take care of. His diet is not good. He was like dehydrated, so that's why all that happened. And
all that happened because he was dehydrated.
Something about his hemorrhoids or because he had a few hemorrhoids before. His hemophobolobe. It's certain terminology. I don't really fully understand it, but he's another one that was a long time drinker. He like every day as a kid, I used to see him come home and drink. Never took care of himself, his body, and now he also has high blood pressure. Like he was supposed to release Monday, right? And they wouldn't let him go because his blood pressure was so high. So he had to stay there till today. Like today, he just got released for it. And
what are they saying? Because I'll tell you what, man. If your kidneys are fucked up like that, and you're drinking, has he still drinking?
No, he doesn't drink no more. Like this was like over his life of drinking. That's why he has all these kidney problems, basically.
When did he stop drinking?
I'll say probably for like a good part of a year now, 2 years probably. Because he had a lot of problems.
That's not that much time, yeah.
No, definitely not. And even at that, like he fucks himself up too because like he'd be at a family party and he'll have like a drink or two. He's not supposed to, bro. And then the next day he ends up having like he has gout problem.
So
he's gout.
Yeah, bro. You realize how dangerous that shit is, and you know what it is too. And I'm not trying to shit on nobody because we all deal with this shit. It's lack of self control. That's straight up what it is. It's lack of self control. It's being addicted to food, being addicted to alcohol, smoking, whatever it is. I don't yo, do you know how hard it's been for me to just stop salt? I
I can't
love
imagine.
fucking salt, man. I love
Me,
salt on everything. I love salt. My favorite seasoning.
me
I
and you
like
both.
I like pink Himalayan sea salt. And then
You
bake it.
fancy, but I like it too.
That shit ain't even that fancy. But
I'm just
it's
kidding. I'm just kidding. People make fun of me because I'm like, they put the salt on the table. I'm like, yo, hold up, I gotta go get my salt.
yeah, right. I like if I could get a big like I've seen some videos on TikTok of people with like a big slab of fucking rock salt, like a big
Just like
ass
chip it
chunk,
off.
just scraping off the sides of it. Yeah, I would do that if I could. I'd lick the fucker like a cat, like a salt lick. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Dude,
Anyhow,
why am I picturing you with a big ass chunk of rock salt with a hole in it and a light bulb, and you just use it as a nightlight?
I don't get it. Fucking. So yeah, man. So my dad had kidney problems and it ended up being the beginning of the end of his life. Um, I know that I don't want to fucking die like that, bro. Having my daughter scares me. Like dying now is so scary, way scarier than it was before. Because now I gotta be alive until at least she understands the world, you know, and like I need her to understand that she doesn't need to get approval from people, and it's just I need to be here to see those things out, you know. It is not something I can't be dying, you know, that's for sure.
Oh,
Cannot go
so
ahead.
it all definitely relate. I think all three of us, we all have kids
But
now. We're all like at a point where
is
it's like,
anything you got insurance, Clutch, go to the doctor.
Yeah, I do actually. I should go, man. I'm slacking heavy.
You live in
It's just
America, they'll get you in tomorrow.
yeah, you're not gonna wait.
it's
Well, maybe not tomorrow,
because
but close.
They'll turn you out, bro. They turn them appointments out.
But Joe,
Go to the
the regular physician, yeah, it should be no problem, dude.
Yo, I'll tell you
My
what. This is what you do real quick. You know how to find your pulse, Clutch?
yeah, that one right
Okay,
here.
find it and look at the clock and do 30 seconds and count it for 30 seconds and then times it by 2 and tell us the number.
or you should
So
have
do
a
that.
you'll do that when you're
Like,
watching it.
you can do it on your phone, you can do it on whatever, but you got to do 30 seconds and then you times it by 2 and see what that number is, and your heart rate, since you're just sitting here, it should be, at a certain number just because you're just chilling. But anyway, I wanted to talk about um some of the stuff that I've been hearing about Diddy, some of the new information that's come out.
I
I
haven't been paying
am
attention.
I have been paying attention, man. I've been paying attention, and now I know a whole lot more. The last time that we talked about this, I was saying that he pretty much was hiring prostitutes, and that's what was,
That was the sex
like,
trafficking.
yeah, like that, and that's true. But he was doing it by force as well, force
Yep.
and coercion. So there's a lot more details that came out, a lot more victims, a lot more people, all that shit. Did you count it,
Oh, you
Clutch?
want me to do it now? Sorry,
I
I
swear
wasn't
to
doing it
God, I
now.
want you to do it now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's
He's gonna tell you how soon you may need to make this appointment.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, so I was doing a little bit of research here and there. There's nothing, no celebrities are talking about this, which is insane to me.
It's
Like,
kind of crazy because there's so
did you
many people that are like known to be around
go
him, but yeah, haven't said a
party?
single word.
Not a word, bro. That to me is more alarming than anything. The fact that nobody is saying anything means that they're hopefully maybe they just disappear into the fucking
That and
background.
you even got like 50 who's like
Well, he
almost
talks.
saying something, but he doesn't like he's got no detail. You know what I mean? He's talking, but he's not really like talking.
Well, that's because he's doing a documentary, and why give away the information?
Oh yeah. Right, I did
Right?
hear that. Wasn't sure if that
He's
was true.
doing
He
a
is
doc.
doing it.
Yeah, he's doing a doc. I guess a Netflix doc. Speaking of Netflix, we're only a month out from the fucking Jake Paul fight and Tyson fight. We're a month out
Oh, that's
from that.
still happening. That's like that like died off.
It
Hype
didn't
for that.
die off. It's
I
just
haven't
there's a
seen
lot.
it. Oh, I guess
going on right now.
there's other shit going on.
I counted 21. So times
In 30
2.
seconds.
And then you're dead.
Yeah, then you're probably dead, bro. 42 beats in a minute is not. That's really low. You might have low blood pressure.
unless you're like an Olympic fucking runner.
Unless you were missing one.
I
Like,
counted right.
I don't think you can. I don't think that.
You got a
That's low.
smartwatch?
Oh, I don't.
Okay. As I say, that'll just tell you real quick.
Yeah. Yo, that's crazy. You said 42.
Yo, do you have a pulsometer?
Nah, you
Nope.
got none of that shit. If
Okay,
you
well I
did,
got
you-
a bro.
you got that.
I have a wife with anxiety. I got pulsometers everywhere. My wife always thinks she's fucking having a heart attack. Crazy.
Does she actually?
Yeah, dude. She's like, I don't know why. It's about that specifically. Like her heart, dude. Like she has anxiety, but like, if her heart beats like faster than normal, she starts to fucking panic that she's gonna have a heart attack or something. So we have like fucking pulsometers just laying around everywhere. I have a I could drive it to you, Clutch. I have a blood pressure stuff here.
You guys get me nervous now. You guys, I gotta go get checked.
No, I mean, it is
Yo,
pretty serious
bro,
though. Like you should go, especially if you haven't been in a long time, because you don't know.
Yo, when
Nah,
you
nah,
hold
100%.
when you hold your pulse, right? You can feel it, right? Doof, 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 doof. It's not doing that. It's going
Not really. That's just so low. Like, nah, man. I guess I have to feel it here.
low is not a bad thing so much as high is bad. But,
Yeah,
like it shouldn't be so low that like I mean you're drinking. You're
he could also be
smoking.
he could also easily miscount, probably trying to pay attention to the conversation as well.
Don't pay attention to the conversation. Just do it. 30 seconds. Get
It's hard when you
the,
have my ear. I have no
get-
time to get it.
get the
I can't even feel
um,
my shit. I got
get
no
your
heart rate.
get your phone out, press start, and then look at the time when you hit your thing, right? And then just go for 30 seconds.
Yeah, I'm at the zone now. Hold on.
Mute us and shit.
I can't wait to see what it is. It's gonna be 21 this time. Now, if it was 40, you'd be good. You think 40 is perfect?
40
You
in a
40
minute.
is perfect. That's a little
40
low. I
minutes on
think.
a low. I think
That's a
average
low.
is like you want to be at like 60, like low 60s.
Yeah, mine was 64 the other day, and she said my shit was perfect. I was 124 over 80, and then 64 beats a minute. So I was at 111 beats a minute with 180 over 90 blood pressure.
Just sitting there?
Time. The first time, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
Crazy.
That's like
my heart.
like crazy.
And then I'm wondering why the fuck I'm sleeping.
No, 40 plus 40, Kyle. 40 times 40 is way too.
80's good. Yeah, 80's good.
Yeah, 80's okay.
Yeah, 80's good.
A lot more than
80's
30
right.
seconds.
I got 36 that time.
For 30
So I-
seconds.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't feeling shit here though. Like you get a pulse here in your wrist too, right?
That's closer to accurate because what's that, 72?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
72, but that's pretty normal. In between 60 and 80 is fairly normal, I would say.
Am I tripping though? Aren't you supposed to pulse like around here or some shit?
it depends.
Weird.
I can't feel them either, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like now, that's what I was trying to feel before, and I couldn't feel it.
To have high blood pressure, do you sweat a lot? Nah, I don't think so. Honestly, bro, like you don't even know that you have it, but you can feel it when you check your pulse. Like the knock of your blood pressure is like, all right. So here's something.
So that's the
that
thing. I was gonna
might
say it
not-
might be harder for Clutch to feel it because he might not be having high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, it's gonna be easier to feel that.
Right. If you have lower blood pressure, it's gonna be a little harder to find it. So to be honest with you, right, when I was on drugs, I used to shoot people up with needles And there was this guy, he was a little heavy set. He was a barber, and he asked me to hit his vein, and when I put the needle in his arm, the fucking plunger shot out, like, right? And I was like, holy shit. Like,
That's
what the? I was like, bro, you should probably go get that checked out. Like, that's insane. I've never seen anything like that before.
I've never even heard of that happening. That's crazy.
Yeah. Just fucking, just filled right up, pushed the plunger right up to the edge, all that shit. It was crazy. He
That's
died.
fucking wild.
He died of a heart
Right,
attack.
right there.
No,
Oh,
no, I wasn't around him when he died, but he did die.
I was about to scarred for life.
No, I never watched anybody die from something that I did to them like that. Like, that's never happened. Thank God, because you go to jail for shit like that. You can't shoot somebody and then them die and then you not be responsible.
That's wild. Yeah.
Regardless if they want it, you know, it's not like a murder, I don't think, but
I don't. Yeah, no, I don't know what the chart. Like, I don't. That's just. That's not even something I want to think about, and not even because I'm involved in that. Just the whole situation. Man.
I mean,
On that
nervous.
topic, on that topic, but not really on that topic. I was put under anesthesia for 3 times in 2 weeks, and I usually like don't remember much of it or like about the process, but for some odd reason, like these times, like I felt that like euphoric rush of heat right before I passed out, like every time, and I was like, "Is this what heroin's like?"
it depends on what dose you were getting. If you just got, all right, so the way that I can describe heroin is it's like you shoot it into your vein, right? Like the plunger goes in, and then you have enough time to do this. Like, this is the way I describe it. You shoot it, you go like this. You pull the needle out, you can put it down, you go like this on your arm, and then you can kind of sit back, and then boom. Then it's like a 3-4 second delay. And then once it hits you, it kind of feels like you know how when you're driving really fast and you go over a little bump, you get
Oh,
that
you get that like butterfly feeling? Yeah.
right. So imagine that, but like 100 times more intense and not scary, but comforting,
I was like, 'cause I
right?
don't
Like,
even like that feeling.
yeah. So
I know,
like
right?
you're not like your stomach's not dropping and you're not nervous. It's like you're falling on a cloud, right? It's like it's like imagine a giant, like a literal giant, wrapping you up in a warm blanket and then massaging your whole body at once to the point where you're like as it's like going through you. That feeling only lasts for 10 seconds. And then you just have the high of being on heroin, which is, you know, a good feeling, but the initial rush, they call it chasing. That's what you chase.
Yeah.
That's what changes the game for drug addicts. Because for years and years and years, if you're on heroin and you're gonna see people take the leap to using needles, and then there is a drastic change in their behavior. Like, drastic. They go from kind of being able to deal with being dope sick, right? Like, it's not such a rush to go get your next bag. Like, it's still important. You still need it every day, but you're not chasing something like you are once you start messing with needles. Now, you can get a different feeling, but from cocaine if you shoot it, right? It's a more up feeling, but it's the same intense rush type of thing, right? So using drugs and then using drugs with an are two very different things. Very, very different. And the problem with it is that when you start using drugs with a needle, you can't go backwards, right? So like
It's not the same, right?
even when you get sober, right? It's like, so here's the natural progression, right? You start doing coke when you're drinking on a Friday night, right? Your Friday nights, you're fucking drinking, somebody gets some coke, you guys stay up all night. You know, the worst thing that happens is you fuck up your Saturday by being up until 7 in the morning and you're blowing somebody's phone up trying to get some more coke because you can't find it, but you're not going to do anything stupid because you can't get it, right? You're just going to fucking go to bed,
Eventually just fall asleep. Yeah, eventually you fall asleep.
drink yourself stupid, whatever the fuck it is. What happens is eventually you take a leap, right? Like you start doing coke so much that your nose hurts, right? Like your nose will be clogged for days, right? Things like that. So what happens is people will start smoking crack because it's, you can do
Amplified.
more of it. It's amplified for one, but you can do more of it and not have to worry about like the effects it has on your face, like your nose getting all red and your nose running and right, like it'll bug out your eyes, but and make your jaw, crank. But so does coke. But then the progression after that is to start shooting coke again, right? So it's like you go from sniffing coke to smoking crack to shooting coke. And then if you really stick around, you'll start mixing heroin and coke together and you'll start speedballing, which just has your fucking heart doing the hula hoop.
Backflips?
You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
fucking crazy.
Like, it but I remember
Yeah.
spent years and years of my life just fucking taking big fat crack hits and shooting up with dope. You know what I mean? Like for years that was my thing. I would fucking take a
It's
dime,
crazy.
take a dime of crack, right? $10 hit. I'd hit that whole thing, and while I had the smoke in my lungs, I would shoot heroin. I would shoot a couple of bags and exhale as I was getting that rush. Dude, it's just the most intense thing ever. And the fact that I was so coordinated to feel them at the same time is fucking crazy. Like
Science.
I just
Yeah,
would look forward to that
I
10
got
minutes.
That's crazy.
I only started thinking about it because I started looking up the ingredients to these anesthesias because I was, like I said, it put me under, and they give you the oxygen mask. I guess it's probably nitric oxide or something to kind of start bringing you down.
It's
But like,
nitrous.
yeah, and then the IV would hit, and I would feel it like in my arm, like the warmth,
Cold. Yeah.
like,
The warmth,
like it would
the
start
cold.
here, and then it just went over my whole body warm,
So,
and then
okay.
pins and
So
needles, and then I was out.
So that's that feeling in the beginning, right? The fact that they're trying to put you out means that you don't get to. So when you're on heroin, you don't go to sleep most of the time. You feel that whole thing, right? Like you feel that warmth go through your whole body. Then it kind of sits there for a second and then it goes away. But they're trying to put you to sleep and then they're gonna
Yeah.
monitor you. So like you're not gonna feel it the way that a heroin addict would feel it. It's a little
No.
different.
Yeah, I know. I just, like I said, but like that initial feeling, I was like, usually, like I said, I've been put under a few times in the past. Like, I can't really remember them, but I guess going back, they put me under on a Monday and then a Tuesday night, and it was like that Tuesday night was the one that I really felt, and I don't know if it's because I already had a whole bunch of shit in my system from the day prior. But yeah, dude, like it's fucking what's in there is some serious shit. It's they're in anesthesia, like it's fentanyl, ketamine, and some other shit.
Yeah, it's all intense shit for sure. But
I
that's
shouldn't
the
have looked it up.
so that's the shit that people are on the street fucking playing around with, shooting themselves up with, and they end up dead. You know, it's sad, bro, but there's no feeling like that in the world. There really isn't. So you felt it, like you
I
felt a of it, like just a
yeah,
little.
I felt, yeah. So that's why I was like, I started like questioning. I'm like, is this like? I mean, it fucking felt good. Like I don't even beat around the fucking bush. And I was like, if this is the feeling that they're chasing, because I've never done heroin before. I'm like, but if this is the feeling they're chasing, like, I see why. Like
That
I
is what.
understand it.
It's better
I
than
was like,
that though, 'cause you actually feel it.
yeah, I actually feel, yeah, that's just crazy. And like, it sucks because not that it sucks, but it's like, it's just crazy. Like, you can go to the hospital, bro, get pain medicines pretty fucking easy. You know what I mean? Like, I
Not
went in
really.
there, they make it more difficult, but if you're a good actor, I don't see how you wouldn't get it. Um, because like when I went in there, so when I went in there to the second day, so I went in Monday, I went in for just a scheduled procedure. Got put out. They were supposed to break the kidney stone up. I was supposed to come home and go to work the next day. They ended up not breaking the stone up all the way, but instead breaking it up somewhat, like just enough to fit into my ureter, like get out of my kidney and get stuck. And that was excruciatingly painful. And it took them quite some time to give me actual pain medication for that in the hospital. Now, like I said, if you're a good enough actor and you could just wait it out, like they'll eventually give it to you. But man, when you're in pain and they make you wait it out, like that shit sucked.
The thing is that pain medicine don't do shit besides make your head feel funny anyway, right? Like it doesn't
No,
really take.
well, yeah, I don't like Percocets, so I've taken Percocets and they prescribe me Percocets, and I usually won't pick them up because it actually makes me nauseous, and it's like it doesn't really help. It's more Tylenol than it is Percocet. Like you got to take a lot. But when I was in the hospital, they ended up giving me morphine. That shit made the pain go away.
Yeah, it just makes your head feel funny though. Like
I
that's
just went
really
to
all.
sleep. Yeah, no, I went to sleep. Yeah, I wasn't trying to. No, but I'm just saying, I wasn't trying to get high. I was in like a lot of fucking pain.
I'm not saying you are trying to get high, but I'm saying that those drugs, like I don't know if they actually take away the pain or if they just make your head feel funny.
Oh, so
You know what
you're like don't recognize the pain. What you're saying is like they don't take the pain. Well, yeah, I think that's what it is. It's not dulling the pain. I think it's just it's disconnecting some receptor to the pain.
Yeah, Clutch, you got to go to the doctor, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, all this doctor talk is just making me want to go. And
Maybe you'll get a free high like Bo.
Yeah, get a free trial.
free trial.
It was
wanna
wild.
know
No,
So
I-
your trial, what are you comparing it to? Like what drug? You saying like heroin?
well,
Or like,
I'm just wondering if that's what it's like. I've never done heroin, so I don't even know. But like I was saying, if this is the feeling, then like
that
I
is the
understand.
feeling. That is the feeling,
I
but you
can
haven't.
understand why.
You didn't have what you would feel on the street. You had just a small taste of it. Like
Well,
you had better and cleaner drugs in the hospital. But like I said,
but not the strong ones.
how long were you awake for it? Maybe 10 seconds you felt it before you were asleep?
If that, maybe
If that,
two, it's
okay.
maybe like 3 or 4. You know what I mean? Like it's
3 or 4 seconds, right? So I'm talking about the whole experience of that rush is like a 10 to 30-second experience, right? So like, and then you have the high that you're riding afterwards. So like you don't even know what it's. They're putting you out before you can feel it.
before
so
you feel the high. Yeah, don't feel it.
before
Yeah,
you don't go chasing the shit, you know. But
Yeah.
it's obviously got you.
No, I'm saying I like I'm saying like that feeling. Like I can like if that's and you're telling like so I'm saying I can see why there's people that are chasing that feeling, and you're telling me I didn't even get the full feeling, so I can't imagine
there's no way
what
because
feeling they're actually chasing. But that shit was if it was a good feeling, I'll tell you that.
this is not a good thing for Bo right now.
No, I mean, I look, dude, I got too many kids and shit to even venture out.
See, like if there was a way for people to I feel like that should be legal. Like you should be able to go to a place that like will shoot you up with whatever drug you want just enough so that way you don't die. Like they take your vitals, right? Okay, you can handle
like-
this, and here you go. I don't know why it's not legal. It
That's
should
your
be.
experience.
Where?
Right.
Where the fuck do they have this? Because they don't have it in my city.
I think I've heard of this shit. I mean, like
No,
there's
a shooting gallery. A shooting gallery is a place where they go and they give you paraphernalia. They don't actually give you your drugs, and then you can shoot up in that place. They don't provide the drugs, as far as I know. Nah, motherfucker. Let me find out they're giving people clean hair. Shooting there is fine, but you're not buying.
they're just
your
not
drugs.
selling you they're not selling you drugs. They're just giving you a
That's what I
safe place to get high.
That's literally what I said. It's BYOD.
Wow,
That's crazy.
the girl
to
is
me.
good.
A shooting gallery is not getting drugs that are clean though. That's what I'm saying, right? Like if they had a pharmacist that was mixing the drug cocktail for you
So it was like a
based on
clean
your
drug.
body
Yeah.
weight, yeah, right, based on your body weight, based on all this stuff, right? And then you pay, and then the government takes a big chunk of it, right? And then you fucking help America get out of debt, and then you remove the cartel's stranglehold on America. I mean, think about that. If you could just fucking go to a place and
I don't know if I agree with that. 'Cause I'll tell you why, because there's a lot of people that don't have self control, and then there goes their life, and you
her life is
let it happen.
already in the hands of this criminal.
Well, yeah. No,
Damn,
no.
right.
So they're like you're okay. So there are a group of people that are already there, but by making it legal, you're opening up to people who otherwise wouldn't have tried it. Those are the people that I'm
That's
saying.
bullshit.
Think?
Yes. You don't just do drugs because they're legal. Like, you know how many people don't smoke
Yeah.
weed because it's something they don't want to do? Not, oh, well, it's legal, let me do it. Like, no, what it is now is it's more socially accepted, so people don't have to hide it. But like, there's nothing socially acceptable about heroin, right?
No.
Like, nobody's like, hey, man, it's all right. You go
I
ahead and
get
do
it.
it.
Yeah, I get it, dude.
No, but you're not gonna have ODs like normal, right? Like if you go to a shooting gallery or you can where you can buy your drugs, and then there's somebody watching you, making sure you don't OD. Like, I mean, it's a little excessive, but I'm talking from the perspective of a drug addict, right?
No, it
Drinking
makes
alcohol.
it's got it's everything. Everything's got a pro and a con, right? You are right because it will help people in a. You won't have to worry about buying dirty drugs that are going to kill you because
Right.
you thought you got this, but you really got that. Right?
Right. So I don't understand why they're trying to stop the flow of fentanyl, but you can't. You can't stop the flow of illegal drugs. There's too many. They don't have a you can't be 100% effective no matter how good technology is, right? Like somebody's gonna slip through, and all of these people are like they're willing to risk 30 years of their life for like, God knows how much money. I don't even want to speculate. How much would it be worth to you?
What's how much is worth?
Your freedom.
A lot.
Like what would it take for you to try and drive a couple kilos of fentanyl across the state lines or into America? Like you got to go through the Mexican border. But like if you make it, you
I
might
don't
be
know
a
how.
millionaire. But you also might be responsible for people dying. Like there's so much to it.
I didn't even think about it that way.
That would look. Well, if I bring it in or not, that person's probably gonna die anyways from the same
No,
thing.
see, the thing
So
is
I'm not
that
worried. Like my conscience is clear. It's just more or less uh, uh,
be- being a
risk versus
drug
reward.
addict, myself, right? Being somebody who was on heroin and not, if they made it legal, I wouldn't use it just because it's legal. It would destroy my life. Making it legal, I mean, it would still be the same price. It might be even more expensive, right?
Well, let's say
Like
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 weed,
weed.
right? I
Yeah.
started I stopped smoking years ago because I was actually going to school to be a cop. I go to school for criminal justice, and then when I decided like that is not what I'm gonna do, I didn't just start smoking because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to school for this, or so fuck it. I just didn't start smoking again because I was like, oh, I didn't really think about it at that point. And when it became legal, I was like, oh shit, I could just walk in the store and get what I want. Let me go check out one of these stores, and then I did actually start smoking again.
right, but you made an adult informed decision. You went
Oh
there
yeah,
because
yeah.
you
Yeah. I
like
actually do
you
this for my stress, so I could just chill and try to not yell at my kids as well.
don't work.
Found out. But
Buying views is crazy. Is this
oh,
what this guy
this
thinks
is
that we're
no, this is Chris's friend. Chris, Miguel's in the podcast. Miguel is in the podcast. I'm pretty sure that's Chris's friend, my son's friend.
Why do you think we're buying views, Miguel?
Yeah, Miguel.
Because we're doing a podcast where we don't talk to the chat.
He said buying views.
Because there's 98 people in here and not a lot.
No, he's probably messing with me personally because I mess with him when he's like, talking to Chris at gaming all the time. Or he's fucking with everybody. I don't know, but I know who he is. He's a real person. I'm not, and he's not an SP. He's just a child.
I gotcha.
Shut up. He's just a child too. I apologize.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what we were talking about. I got thrown off by the children.
Drugs, man. Fucking drugs.
We were talking about drugs.
Drugs. So fucking being able to buy your drugs in a like a pharmacy style environment, I think it would be beneficial for a lot of things because people are gonna buy them no matter what. You're not gonna prevent. I really doubt that people will walk into these clinics having never used a drug before and go, "I want to try this." But it will.
I agree.
It will speed up the people who are dabbling.
That are already trying it or going to be trying it.
It'll speed that up for them for sure. They'll end up at the wrong place quickly. Do you go the Oregon route though and legalize everything? Did they legalize or did they decriminalize? I think they decriminalized stuff. I don't think they legalized it. I don't think it's legal anywhere, like anything other than pot and mushrooms.
And that's not even in every state yet. It's not federal. Right. That's on the state level.
Is that cocaine legal like in Mexico or some shit?
Wow. Hell no. That shit ain't legal nowhere.
I like that. I heard that being illegal.
Coca leaves are legal. Like,
I mean, that's just a natural plant. Yeah, there's like
okay.
There's
a whole chemical process you got to go through to get to the part.
But you chew it, you're fucking geeked up. You know what I mean? Like, they eat those leaves and work for days and days.
I've never had a leaf. I've had the chemically processed part of it.
I would try one of those. I would chew a leaf.
I probably would too. I want to see what, just because I want to see what it does. What the percentage is.
I think it's more than half the states at this point. I think Texas is like way behind. They still only allow like whatever the fuck
CBD.
it is.
CBD.
It's not CBD. It's the other one. It's Delta 8 or whatever.
Oh yeah. Okay. I don't know much. I know CBD. I don't know like the Delta. I don't.
What the fuck? Weed.
Delta 8, is that like potpourri they sell at the gas station?
I'm just trying to get into the conversation.
Recreational marijuana.
I just smoke weed, man. Drink my beers.
So wait a second. What is this? This map here is.
Oh, K2. Oh, I remember that era.
That shit was gross.
It was horrible. Fucking horrible.
Yeah, everybody see Miguel's comment now. That's my son's friend. He's just a child.
So the low THC states are Kansas, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and Texas. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states that have no legal THC programs at all. Fucking Alaska is legal weed. So Idaho.
I mean, you need it out there.
What about
Idaho,
medical?
There's mad states with medical. So listen, Idaho, Wyoming, Nebraska, Wisconsin, and Indiana, and South Carolina. Those states have no legalization at all, not even for medical. So complete legalization, we have Maine, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Delaware, not Pennsylvania, sorry, Virginia, Michigan, Illinois, Missouri, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, Alaska, California, Nevada legalized. Wow, that's crazy. Oregon, Washington, Montana. So then only medical is New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Iowa, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Utah. So there's literally only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states where weed is not legal in some way. The world has really changed.
It
That's
has.
not. That's actually crazy. Just a couple years ago,
Let's say,
weed
how
was.
long has it been legal in Jersey for?
It's been like a year, couple
Yeah,
of
a
I
year
years.
or
said, I think
two.
we
I
looked
think
this
so.
up at one of the
3 years.
episodes, right? A year?
I think it was a
Dude,
couple
I
years.
was not even as excited when it went legal because I had been on the medical program for 5 years at that point, like 5 or 6 years. I had been carrying around medical weed for, you know, myself.
Oh, same. So to you, when it's like recreational, it's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, right. It was the same thing. So it's pretty
Yeah.
much legal for me this whole time.
Good
I
for you.
haven't had
Good for you guys.
2.5 years.
Two and a half years in Jersey.
It's been legal for
Sounds
a
right.
couple years in New York as well, but they've only allowed dispensaries for the last year. Something like that. Anyway, I hope that they start to sell like mushrooms and shit soon. That'll be cool. I wouldn't mind taking a
I've
trip.
never done. I've
I
never.
never. Yeah.
You're
I was
missing
gonna.
out.
I was gonna ask too because I mean every drug is like also different as well, and just for like
I've heard you
curiosity's
say
sake,
that.
like heroin, is that more like of a hallucination type of drug?
Heroin? Not even
Yeah.
close. Nothing
No.
like
Oh, okay. That's what
that.
shrooms basically is, hallucination.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's definite. So, but here's the thing. You don't hallucinate and see things that aren't there, right? Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna fucking have a conversation with Mickey Mouse, right?
Okay.
Like what you do is you see an extension of something that's existing already, right? So like if you see like a drawing on the wall, like it'll look like it's breathing, like kind of like pulsing a little bit. It's hard to explain. It
Like
just kind of
LSD
looks
in a
like
way. It's
kind of
like
looks
that.
like what?
Like LSD.
Did you ever have you ever done acid?
No, but like I had people like around
I've
me
done
that done
acid.
it, and like they explained that similar scenario, basically.
Yeah,
Like the
it's
strip stick, whatever it is.
it's just like a little blotter acid. It's like a little piece of paper that just has a liquid on it. Yeah, you don't really know. You can buy, you get fake shit a lot of times too with acid because it doesn't
I took
actually happen.
acid. I took
But,
acid one.
but mushrooms and acid are pretty much the same thing. One makes your stomach hurt, and the other one doesn't really so much. Like mushrooms will make you puke. Acid might make you puke too, but less likely because you got to think the mushrooms are it's heavy. But yeah, so the last time that I took mushrooms was probably like over 10 years ago. It had to have been because I wasn't with my wife yet. Like I was actually it was 2012. It was that year. So I'll never forget it because we ended up taking a walk outside into the woods and there was a pond out back. And the way that this like place was where like you could see the moon and the reflection of the sky and all of the trees and everything around it in the water, right? So like I was just looking at this fucking pond for hours because it was like a whole city. Like it was a whole like it felt to me like there was a whole underwater city under there. Like the way that the shadows were looking with the moonlight. It was trippy as fuck. It was trippy as fuck, dude. It was. It looked like there was crazy fucking yeah, exactly, like a portal because of the way that and you could see the moon, so like I could see their moon. Like I was fucking tripping out, dude. I was like,
I did it
I
once.
was,
It was pretty wild. It took me long to kick in the acid. I think I did acid once. It took me long to kick in to the point where like I gave up. I thought it wasn't gonna happen. I thought I got like fake shit. I was just chilling outside of my house smoking, and all of a sudden, like I was on a swing, swinging back and forth, and the deck above me. So you got like the flat side and then the railings. As I was swinging on the swing, the deck started like everything came apart, and I was just like, "Oh shit!" Here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It just started falling around you.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't picture things that weren't there. It morphed what I was looking at. It
I remember I took.
was wild.
I remember we were eating these chocolate. We used to get them in chocolate, like a mushroom bar, like a chocolate mushroom bar, and fucking. We were taking a cab to go get more of them, and fucking. I remember the cab driver was like, "What are you boys doing?" Like just stopping at this house and and I could have sworn to God he knew what we were up to, and I was panicking. Like I did not like that feeling of being on shrooms and like someone knowing I'm on shrooms supposed to know. Like this was 20 years ago, bro. You know what I mean? I was probably 17 or 18.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably thinking like a parent too. Like, what are
What are
they?
you boys doing?
This
This
they're
is
definitely
crazy.
not supposed to be doing this, and
I'm
I'm
definitely
helping them.
I'm definitely in the back of the fucking thing, like looking out the window, like you tripping, bro. Because that was one thing that I did all the time. Me and my buddy, when we would trip out, we would ask each other if the other one was tripping. You tripping, bro? Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm tripping. You tripping? I'm tripping. just to make sure we're on the same place. Like you seeing that?
Yeah, like you good? I'm good. All right.
There was there was there was a lot. So one of my fondest memories, right? When I first started getting into it, I had this bathroom in like one of my childhood houses that I grew up in, and it had wallpaper just on the top, like just on like a 6 inch, right? Like it was like 6 inches wide, and it went around the
Just a little
entire,
banner.
yeah, it went around the entire top of the room. But it was a fucking fish tank, like it was fish and water, right? Like these fucking things were going in the water. They were swimming in the water. Like they weren't going anywhere. They just were,
This is moving.
moving. Just moving like this. Like just dude, the crazy I remember going in there and going, what the fuck? Like yeah. And then I turned and I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, oh shit.
I hear
I
you're not
heard you.
supposed to do that. I don't know.
It's not true that you're not supposed to do it. It's a lot of fun. I think they say don't do it because you can get stuck there. Right? Like you go into the bathroom and then you get stuck and then you start doing weird shit like trying to move faster than the mirror, right? Like you trying to move faster than
Oh,
start talking to yourself like, am I me? I'm me. You're me. Just
oh
dumb shit.
god, dude, that would be wild.
Dumb shit.
Dude, I
White walls.
crazy.
Dude, those things are fun, but
That's why they
not
call him Drywall Kyle. That's where I got the name
those
from.
things.
Doing shrooms and staring at the walls.
Yo, I have a couple good. Did you ever did you guys like fuck around with any Benadryl shit when you were a kid? Because we took the Coricidin, the triple
Cortisone,
C.
cough and cold. Yeah, dude, I did that
Oh,
once.
did you
It
ever
was
do
so
them?
good.
Yeah. I hated that feeling, bro.
I did it once. I had to drink charcoal. I overdosed on it.
Spoke to aliens on shrooms, I believe you.
I did that
That's
once,
our-
dude. I took like 20 something pills.
So
Um,
like 2 packages.
yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't even remember so long ago. But I just remember what I do remember is feel like just being sick as shit. And then I
Oh,
had McDonald's that day, and
just threw up right
I
away.
threw up like French fries with ketchup, and it was so I seen the red. I thought I was
You-
throwing, bro. I was so scared. I thought I was just like, I thought I was dying. I thought I was vomiting blood. I went to the hospital. Drank charcoal. It was fucking crazy.
Yo,
Okay.
my friend Matt, who
I
is
was
no
like
longer
fucking 15.
my friend Matt, he died of an overdose, and his like I think he was like 28 or 29 when he died. But when we were like 17, 16, something like that, right? This was maybe younger, maybe 15, 15,
I think I was
16
like
maybe.
14 or 15.
He did them fucking things, bro, and forgot who he was. like straight up forgot who he was. We were like, "Yo, Matt," and he was like, "Who's Matt?" Like just started laughing. Like, "Who's Matt? Am I Matt? I'm not
I'm
Matt."
Matt.
Right, dude? It was nuts. Off Benadryl. Yes. No.
No, triple C. It's cortisone, cough, and cold. Cortisine.
Course.
Some weird shit.
Course. Well, Coracidin.
Something like
Coracidin.
yeah.
Triple C capsules though. With the DXM, that was the ingredient in them. We used to steal them from Stop and Shop.
Yeah, we're probably the reason that all those good medicines are behind the fucking counter now, and you got to show your license.
It's meth heads.
It's
Let's be
method.
honest.
Yeah, they're making meth out of it. Well,
It's
we
meth
started
heads.
it.
Well, maybe. Who
Oh man.
knows?
Yeah, I did that shit. That was a one and done thing. I was like, this is.
I did it a couple times. I did not like it, but my buddy did. My buddy did like it. I did not like it.
I didn't like it. I did it once. I was like, nah.
I'm like a rookie compared to you guys, bro. Fuck, I gotta get my drug game up.
No,
No,
I mean,
kidding,
look,
I'm
dude, these are
kidding,
just
I'm
old
kidding.
war stories. Ain't nothing I'm really proud of.
Kidding.
Imagine,
That's why I'm asking all these
telling
questions,
people,
trying to compare the highs to each other too. I know everything's different.
there
And I've
is
seen a lot of shit growing up,
there's
you know.
there's something freeing about being a junkie. I know that doesn't make sense to some people, but it really is true. There's like I was only worried about one thing when I was on drugs, and that was when I'm gonna get money
when's the
from
next drugs?
my drugs. You know what I mean? And
I never got that bad. Luck.
I can't believe that I was on the street with nothing, no job, I always had money in my pocket. I always was on some hustle. Like there's so much money out there to just be made, like the
There is
wrong way.
the
You know
wrong
what I
way.
mean?
Yeah, make it the wrong way. It's easy. It's easy money,
It's
but
so easy, bro. Especially
it's
at
also
that
very
time.
easy to lose it all.
This was back 2011, 2012, before they had so much like cameras on the
Technology.
city, right? Like now, 11, 12 years later, however long it's been, they have a camera on every corner. I imagine that it's nothing like it used to be. It was the Wild West down there, man. In the city like that. It was the Wild West. People were just fucking selling drugs openly. It was an open air drug market, at least in my area, for years. And then the FBI came in and just started taking everybody out. Doing
Yeah,
long bids, bro.
I'm not.
Like long ones.
I was never big into this. I don't like New York City suburbs. I don't like just how close everything. So I never went there.
Jersey,
Too.
Jersey, dude, people in New York would drive to Patterson, New Jersey
Yeah.
to get all
Hey.
of their dope.
I used to go to Patterson. Well, I didn't go to Patterson. I hung out in Patterson, but not for drugs. I used to go to Irvington.
I used to go to her Peruvian food.
2 minutes so we're done. I want to
Yeah.
end it off with the Destiny season is fucking weird.
Yeah,
This
I see a
season
lot of people have been back on it.
it's well
See
yeah,
that, at
everybody
least.
in this city is playing this shit again. Fucking but the new season they have like potions now.
Oh,
It's
what?
really fucking weird, bro.
Like a
There's
health potion?
No, like buff potions that are tied into like your armor and your artifact and your weapons. Like rather than like just it being stasis or strand, right? Like they have. Did you see the prismatic stuff? Did
Well, I
you
know you
play any
probably
of
see
that?
prism. I started to play the prismatic a little because like it looks pretty cool, but it couldn't hold. Like I just am so that game.
Yeah,
There's so
I
many
hear
things
you.
like I don't like or like I don't care for anymore. But I really like this. I've always liked this. The one thing they never jacked up, I think, was the story, in my opinion.
Oh, they fixed a lot of it with the game. You know, the way that it is right now.
You enjoying it
Yeah, the way that it is at the moment, and I'm
with
still
the
playing.
potions?
Yeah, I think it's something new. I think it's fresh. You know, like it's definitely fresh, and the Helsinki are taken basically now, scorn, whatever you want to call it. So, like,
Let
and
me take a look at it.
there's a whole nother place. All right, we gotta go. All right.
Time check, guys.
Have a good
So,
one.
are
Pete.
they ready? We're good
Till
to go,
next
right?
time. I have no idea. Who's next? Somebody would have said something by now, right?
I'm a gear. Yeah, they probably told me to hold it. Or they'll tell me to hold it right now.
They're ready.
Double checking right now. Yeah, they're ready.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the outro. I'm gonna remember to do the outro.
Peace out, fam.
Later, peeps.
Alright.